Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back and welcome to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel and join today. So I'm going to be doing my AEW Dynamite review on August the 11th of 2021. And let's go ahead and jump down to it. First match of the night, you guys, we had Dante Martin and the Sydal brothers versus the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and the AEW World Tag Team Champions Matt and Nick Jackson. As you can see, the Sydal brothers go for like their finisher, and then Kenny Omega comes in with the Snapdragon and all that. Kenny Omega is definitely a fantastic wrestler. He has the greatest knee strikes, the greatest maneuvers that you can ever see. And as you can see, Dante Martin, he's 20 years old. He definitely was tearing it down last night in the match with Kenny Omega. I thought he was going to win for a split second by pinning Matt or Nick Jackson, but apparently he didn't, get it all the way. So as you can see, he was waiting, trying to get tagged in, and then he ends up flipping off the rope onto the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. And you guys, this 20-year-old guy, I definitely can tell he has a lot of potential. We can definitely see him become maybe a TNT champion or something like that in the near future. But you see Kenny Omega here on Matt Sydal with the knee strike to the side of the head. And then right here, you guys, we see where Dante Martin hit like a Pele kick or something. And then there was another knee strike by the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. You guys, I know Kenny Omega possibly gets real mad, and he can be cocky sometimes, but he's a great professional wrestler. And if you was in AEW and you come back to AEW or WWE or something like that, then you are considered a just one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So you can call yourself the best in the world. And so, of course, Kenny Omega laid in a lot of the knee strikes onto Dante Martin throughout this match. And then that's when we seen him go for the one-winged angel. And then that's when they did the BTE. So it was like knee strike all to Dante Martin's head, and then one-winged angel once again. And then that's when we see Kenny Omega and Matt and Nick Jackson pick up the victory over Dante Martin and the Sydal brothers. Then we see Christian Cage come out. He's the number one contender for the AEW World title on September the 5th at All Out. And then Don Callis, of course, he had to put his little talk in there as well. And then Kenny Omega ends up talking trash as well to him. And then so the next match, you guys, we end up having Daniel Garcia with his people 2.0 versus Darby Allin with Sting. And so you guys, Darby Allin, he definitely is a pretty great wrestler. Even though he's small, you guys, he definitely showed that, he shows that he can wrestle. Daniel Garcia definitely shows that he can wrestle as well. So I thought Daniel Garcia was a joke, but after seeing a couple of reversals that he did last night on Darby Allin, which was pretty awesome, I would love to see a match between these two superstars. Definitely, once again, as you can see, Darby Allin lays in some slaps to the chest, and then here's one of those reversal moves where Darby Allin tried to do like the coffin drop, but Daniel Garcia ends up catching him. Then he locks it in, but Darby Allin gets out of it, rolls overhead, and hits a stunner onto Daniel Garcia. And then after that, you guys, we see the coffin drop laid down by Darby Allin onto Daniel Garcia. And then that's when 2.0 try to get involved, and then that's when the Stinger himself, Sting, ends up fighting off both members of 2.0 and fighting them back. And then that's when we see Darby Allin tackles one and Sting suplex the other. Then so after then, you guys, third match we had Matt Hardy and Private Party, HFO Hardy Family Office versus Orange Cassidy, Willer Yuta, Chuck Taylor, and of course with Chris Statlander as well. What I can say, basically all of these men that are in this trios tag team match here, especially Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy has been around professional wrestling ever since, I believe it was 1998 or 97, when him and his brother Jeff Hardy got into the company. Then you guys, Private Party, I really don't know much about them, but they are wrestling as well, and they, it seems like that they are very, trying to get their feet wet and definitely make a name for themselves. Orange Cassidy, he's good too. Matt Hardy ends up hitting a twist of fate. Ends up hitting a twist of fate on Willer Yuta and winning the match. So congratulations to the Hardy Family Office picking up that victory last night. And of course, you see the Bunny is out there as well. Then we had the match, you guys, of Nyla Rose versus Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander was attacked by Nyla Rose during the Hardy Family Office and Cassidy, Willer Yuta, and Chuck Taylor match. And so Chris Statlander is definitely mad, as we can see right here, where Nyla Rose ends up coming off the top rope, trying to do like a drop kick onto Chris Statlander, but Chris Statlander ends up walking on her hands. And then that's when we see Nyla Rose ends up jumping off the rope with like a spear to the gut, while Chris Statlander is trying to walk on her hand, showboating basically, as you can see. And then we see Nyla Rose was up in the corner trying to, I guess, hit a backflip, but then Chris Statlander ends up hitting her for a power bomb. And then that's when we see Chris Statlander goes for the cover. And your winner of this match, you guys, it is Chris Statlander. Great match between these two competitors. Never was really into Nyla Rose or Chris Statlander, but definitely probably I would have to watch their matches more often. Then there was a backstage thing, you guys, where it was Matt and Nick Jackson saying, how they're gonna win their match next week. And then we seen Luchasaurus ends up slapping the ball out of Nick Jackson's hand. It was a pretty funny little thing. And then we had Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Of course, as you can see, all the gold towels that were waving last night into the Pittsburgh crowd. Dr. Britt Baker, she's going to be facing... And also, you guys forgot to mention, there's her mother and her father that were there last night. She really looks like her mother and father, Dr. Britt Baker. And then that's when Red Velvet ends up coming out, because Red Velvet versus Dr. Britt Baker will happen this Friday at 10 o'clock on TNT. Make sure you don't miss it. And then we had Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson versus Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson with Brandon Cutler as well. Throughout this match, you guys, it was back and forth action. Doc Gallows is a really strong guy. We remember Doc. I know you guys remember Doc Gallows when he was named Festus when he was in WWE. He played like a zombie, and then when the bell rang, he gets all crazy. So we definitely remember him as Festus in WWE. And he has definitely grown, throughout the years with being into professional wrestling. And I just want you guys to see a couple of highlights, throughout all these matches that I'm talking about, and giving my thoughts and opinions about all these superstars. And Evil Uno, I really don't know much about him or Stu Grayson. I definitely know Carl and Doc Gallows because I actually been following them when they were in WWE. Never heard really much of Carl Anderson, but he definitely is a great wrestler too. But they end up winning their match last night, you guys, on AEW Dynamite. And though it was for the Impact World Championships, or Tag Team Championship, excuse me. So then you guys, that's when Big Show basically came out because Tony Schiavone's son got this little cutter move or whatever. And then we seen Big Show ends up coming out doing a knockout punch, you guys, last night. So it wasn't really nothing. Next week, well, not next week, right here, you guys, we got Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. And then we got Miro versus Fuego del Sol, as well on AEW Rampage this Friday. Excuse me, you guys. All those two matches that you just seen will be this Friday. And then we got this other fantastic match, the AEW World Champion Dr. Britt Baker versus Red Velvet at 10 o'clock. Please don't miss that, you guys. So make sure you check it out. Next week matches we have, you guys, we got the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I'm definitely ready. I'm definitely down to see this match. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Then, you guys, we got Shawn Spears versus the Spanish God himself, Sammy Guevara. What's going to happen in this match? I feel like this match is going to be at least like 15 minutes or 20 possibly. So let me know what you think about that. Then we got 2.0 versus Darby Allin and the Stinger himself in a Texas Tornado tag team match. Well, a Texas Tornado tag. Definitely ready to see that. And then we got Chris Jericho versus Warlord that is up next. So I'm basically gonna talk about this match and both of these superstars. So Chris Jericho, as you can see, he had the walls in, the walls of Jericho locked in. That's when, and then after then, you guys, that's when we seen MJF hits the ring into Chris Jericho. Well, really raking the odds with Chris Jericho, and then he tried to come in and hand Warlord the ring, but the referee ends up catching him and telling him to get out. Then Chris Jericho ends up having his bat over there in the corner, and then ends up hitting Warlord in the face. And then that's when we seen the Judas Effect by Chris Jericho ends up picking up the victory for the 4th time. So next, you guys, we're gonna have Chris Jericho versus MJF at AEW All Out. I think that's what they said. And so Chris Jericho cannot use the Judo effect. So I wonder how this is going to work. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. I got more videos coming on the way. So make sure you click that post notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys later.